guys. I'm just so excited for this video. So, by the title, you guys could probably already tell, we finna be doing Testimony Tuesdays. So, Testimony Tuesdays is what we're gonna be doing. I came up with this idea when I was at my church group I go to on Tuesdays, and they just kept doing testimonies, and I was really getting touched by the testimony. So I was just thinking, and I was like, Testimony Tuesday. And I had the urge to get up and tell my testimony, but I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready, and I didn't want to, ball out in front of all the people. And I was like, why don't I make it into a series and put it on my YouTube channel? So that's what I'm doing. I am a Christian. Some of you people know that, but some of you may not know that. So I'm just gonna put it all out there for you. So here we are, Testimony Tuesday. And since I came up with this last couple weeks ago, I'm gonna do 2 testimonies for the first video because I just want to do 2. I just feel like I should do 2. I should be 2. I hope that these testimonies that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, they're going to be weekly. So some of them might be regular. I hope this helps someone, or just touches someone, because the way those people were talking on that Tuesday when they were telling me their testimonies, I was getting touched. I was feeling, like I'm not alone. I just want to add in that sometimes social media makes us feel like everyone's life is perfect and so extravagant, when in all reality, everyone is going through their own struggle. And 9 times out of 10, their social media life does not match up with their real life. They're not going to sit there and tell you all their struggles on social media. So don't sit around and try to compare your struggles or what you're going through with what they're putting on social media. I just want to put that out there because I know we all do it sometimes. And I just want other people to feel that. I just want other people to feel that. That's all. And I just want people to know that, hey, most of us go through the exact same thing. We are all living in this world, and we go through stuff, and it's okay to talk about it and to share it with other people and be open. Don't go around telling everybody about everything you go through, because then it comes off as you're complaining. I understand that, but there's some times where you can just talk about some things you've gone through or going through in the in the time being, and encourage yourself and encourage other people around you. So I hope this helps someone, and I'm just gonna get right into it because I don't want these videos to be long, since they're gonna be every Tuesday. I don't want them to be like me talking, because I feel like y'all hear enough of me talking anyway. But if you like to hear me talk, thank you. So testimony number 1, I would say it would be getting this loan. So quick story: I go to Iowa State University, and so I was going back and forth for at least 2 months about this loan. Like, I needed a loan. First, my FAFSA wasn't going through, so then I'm panicking, and they said the date was September 20th. You have to have your FAFSA in, or something's gonna happen. So then I was panicking over that, and I was kind of stressing over it. I was just I don't have time for this. I need to be able to go to class. So I was going to the FAFSA office every day. I was going to this FAFSA office, talking to these people, trying to figure out what I can do. And then, I prayed about it one day, and I was just I'm gonna stop stressing about it, which was hard. It was really hard. Trusting God is a hard thing. But I decided to stop stressing about it and to just leave it in His hands. So I did that, and it took a minute, but a couple weeks went by, and the FAFSA went through, and then I had to take out a loan for $3K. I had to take out a loan for $3K, and I couldn't take out a loan because both of my parents have bad credit, and it was just so stressful, you don't understand. So I couldn't take out a loan, so I had to either get someone to code for me. So basically someone that was gonna say, hey, I have good credit, and if they fuck up, I'm gonna pay the loan. Yeah, so that's what I had to do. And I couldn't do that either because I don't know anyone with good credit. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking stressful. Looking back at it, I can laugh about it, but it was not funny. So then I went back to the FAFSA office and I was talking to them. He was like, the guy was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna increase your something. I'm gonna increase your something. Don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. Da 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 da. So I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I've been praying about this. God came through. And then it's getting closer for us to register for classes next semester. So I go and I try to register for classes, and it says you can't because you have so amount that you have to pay off. And it was like $1,428 and a penny. That's what I had to pay. And I needed a loan. They said you have to take out a loan. And I was like, wait, hold up. I went back to the office. I was like, so you people told me I was good. Y'all told me I wasn't good. I was feeling happy. And now y'all telling me I gotta take out a loan. So I was irritated, very irritated. And I called my mom, told my mom about it. Tried to figure out something. Mind you, at this point, I only have 10 days because I had to register for classes on October 20th and it was October 10th. So yeah, so I told my mom about it on October 10th. I'm like, hey, we have 10 days. I don't really know what to do. If we can't do this, I cannot register for classes. So yeah, and at this point, I'm just like, it's no point in stressing about this because it's not helping me. Like, my face is breaking out. I was feeling and looking like dead all the time. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Don't stress out. It was not good. So I decided to just leave it in God's hand and pray about it, and then, you know, chillax, sit back and let him work his magic. So that's what I did. And I think it was that Tuesday, the following Tuesday that came up, the 15th. By that 15th, I got my loan and everything was okay. And I was like the happiest person in the world. It was just a point in time where I just really needed to trust him. And if I would have just trusted him in the beginning, I would have been less stressful, you know, less stressful. I would not have been breaking out so much and just looking dead all the time. So I'm thankful that I trusted him and he came through because God never fails me. Can I get an amen? My second testimony would be this one right here. So a couple weeks into coming to school, we had a club fest. It shows you all the clubs because we have like 860 clubs at the school, and yeah, and I wanted to join some clubs, get involved. So I was walking around and I saw this one club. I went to look for a church club, you know, a place where I could go like Bible study or something, just because, you know, just like I gotta feed my body some food, I gotta feed it some spiritual food, and you know, I'm on campus, I'm away from family, and I need another home. Anyway, so I was walking around and I found this one place called Chi Alpha. It was basically a group that gets together and worship on Tuesdays, and she invited me. But that Tuesday I was really sick. Like, I was really sick for 3 weeks, and I couldn't go anywhere. So I took the flyer, hoping that when I felt better I would go and, you know, visit. And then I placed the flyer somewhere and I lost it. About 3 weeks ago, I want to say, I was cleaning out my drawers and trying to like be organized and whatnot, and I found the flyer and I'm like, oh snaps, I forgot all about this. So I was like, oh, next Tuesday I'm gonna go, because they had the room number and the building and everything. So I went and it was empty, and I'm just like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? And you know, part of me felt like, damn, maybe this is not meant to be. Let me just go somewhere, you know, go sit down and whatever. So I went back to my dorm and I was just like, I was really kind of disappointed because I really wanted to, like, I needed a word because I was just feeling so negative inside. And if you just feel negative, and then when you get around people that have the same religion as you, or people that just understand God, it does something. Like, it brings you comfort and peace, and I just felt like I needed that. So I was kind of disappointed that day, but I decided to go on their website because they had their website there, and through the website I was able to email the whole organization and whatnot, and she actually got me a ride to go to the place because I don't have a car. and I'm on campus, and my campus is huge. So yeah, she actually got me someone that was gonna be able to give me a ride and take me to where they're meeting because it was off campus. Basically, I went the first day and it just felt right. Like, it was everything I needed. So the first day was worship, and that's when people start telling their testimony. So the very first day, I just fell in love. I was already feeling the vibe, you know? I felt so much better going there. And they actually invited me for their little study group, which I go to on Wednesdays now, every Wednesday and every Tuesday, Testimony Tuesday, and every Wednesday is Bible study. So now I'm in Bible study. And I also decided to go to church with her on Sunday. So now I have 3 days out of 7 where I get to be with the Lord, and it feels so good. When I tell you my overall value and perspective in life is just amazing, it is truly amazing. Like, you don't understand. I'm so happy that I met them. And Saturday we actually went to Orchard and we all hung out and had fun, and it was really fun. And I'm just happy that I have these people in my life now, because it just feels 10 times better to be able to talk to people. And I don't mean to talk so much in the video, but I just need to share this last testimony with you guys. I know I said 2, but I might as well put 3, because I'm pretty sure I came with this idea 3 weeks ago, because that's the first day I went to worship on Tuesdays. I'm pretty sure it's 3 weeks ago, so I'm just gonna add one more. Last week at our Bible study, I opened up about something that I normally don't open up about, and I've never talked to anyone about it ever. So that thing was sophomore year, being depressed and just not having a purpose in life and questioning God, and like just feeling worthless and not valuable enough to be on earth. I opened up to them about that situation and how I was feeling. I went more in detail with them just because I felt more comfortable telling them about that. If y'all want a more detailed video, I'll save that for another time, because that's just a whole nother story, and I just don't want this to be too long. It's supposed to be like quick testimonies on Tuesday. Anyway, so yeah, so since I'm giving you 3, I don't want it to be too long. But I just went into detail about how I was feeling, and I really just poured out my heart to them. I got really emotional, and sometimes I just hate feeling vulnerable. I hate, feeling weak, or just crying in front of people, basically. In that moment when I was crying in front of these people that I just met, 2-3 weeks ago, and I didn't really know all of them like that, and it's only like 7 of us. In that moment, I felt so much freedom. I felt so much freedom. I just felt like I was relieved. Probably because the day before, when I was at worship, the speaker had said something about, if you have anything that you want to let go of, come in front of the altar and just lay it down. And I had the urge to go up to the altar, but I didn't go. I don't know, it was because of fear. I was scared or whatever. I didn't go, and I just felt like I should have went after the day was over and we all went home. And the next day comes when I opened up to them, and I just felt so much freedom and so much relief that I finally talked to someone about this thing that I went through that only I knew. Only I knew I went through it. Me and God. Now I had this group of people who were very supportive and very kind, and I was able to talk to them about it and open up to them about it, and I felt so much freedom and so much relief, and I cannot explain to you guys how good it felt. How good it felt. And I was just like, that was God, that was him, that's just him sprinkling his little joy on me. And he's just like, he's been telling me to do this, and I just wasn't listening. And now that I've listened, I feel so much better. I knew I could discover healing in the Bible, so I started reading my Bible every day and praying. Sometimes I would pray in the middle of class. Sometimes I would pray if I had a negative feeling. I would just pray whenever I needed to pray. And I just remember at one point it was like at least 2 to 3 months where I just would not stop crying. I would go to school, come home, and I would cry. I can be very emotional sometimes, but that period of time, it was like every day was like, why am I even on this earth? And that's like my biggest testimony, because as I continue to depend on him for that joy and that peace and that comfort, even though I wasn't actually feeling, happy or peaceful or comfortable with myself, that made our relationship stronger, because I no longer depended on myself. I depended on him for his peace and his joy and his wisdom, and that's just where we're at right now, And I just want to say, the more you depend on God, the happier you'll be. The more you trust him, the happier you'll be. Anything you go through, I don't care what it is, pray about it. The smallest things, the biggest things, pray about it. And when you're done praying about it, forget about it. Let him handle it. I just want to say that, because there's so many times when we stress about things, and God just sitting there like, it ain't even that deep, like, give it to me. Give it to me. There's nothing too big for him. I don't care about the situation. There is nothing too big for him. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you on my next Testimony Tuesday. I hope you guys like this video. So make sure you comment below if you like this video, because it will make me feel really happy. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Remember to love yourself and be beautiful.